In a world of endless noise, one sound cuts through. GC Radio Hub. Your world, your sound. Imagine your favorite voices following you everywhere. From your smartphone to your car, your smart TV, even your virtual assistant. GC Radio Hub connects you to a universe of content. Check out our wonderful interviews on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio, live music shows and podcasts. All at your fingertips. Android TV, Apple TV, Roku, Fire Stick TV. We're there wherever you are, because the only way to stay connected is to get connected. Download the GC Radio Hub app today and let your world come alive.
Yo, we're back. I'm Paige Sucha. I'm here with Hall of Famer John David Jackson. I know you guys been watching for a while now. This ain't no industry podcast. We keep it raw, uncut. We're running live right now. Today we got a special guest, We got somebody who understands transition on a different level, building power, losing everything, and having to rebuild as a man. Freeway Rick Ross, welcome to Coach's Corner.
What's up? Man, I didn't know y'all had John on here. Man, yeah. you know that guy been helping me since I've been in boxing. He been giving me tips ever since I got started, man. How you doing?
Yeah. Brother, I can't complain, man. I can't complain. Everything's good in my world.
Man, that's good, man.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
You've been doing a terrific job with Carissa. I plan on being at that fight too on the 22nd.
Definitely would love to have you, man. Definitely. If you need some tickets, let me know. I can call somebody for you.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
After we get up after this, we will talk. Same number.
You know your cousin Tyrone told me to tell you what's up too.
Well, yeah, you talking to Tyrone?
Yeah, the photographer.
Yeah. Okay.
He found out we knew each other. He was like, "Man, that's my first cousin."
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I said, "Man, that's one of my mentors."
Yeah, definitely. Good to have you on the show, brother. I'm glad you're here.
I'm glad to be here.
Before we get
even more so now.
How long have you known John for? When did you and John meet and where?
Man, me and John met about 4 years ago.
About 4 years ago, yeah.
I called him about information, and I tried to send one of my fighters that I was managing, a guy by the name of Kid Austin, because his dad was coaching him, but everybody was telling me that he was doing a lot of stuff wrong, and I wanted to send him to one of the greats because I thought the kid had a chance to really make some money.
Right.
And I put him and his dad on the phone with John.
Yeah, we talk. Hey,
whatever happened to Kid Austin?
Are you guys still together?
No. When my contract, man, I did a 2-year contract. I did one of them dumb contracts. I did a 2-year contract. So as soon as the kid was 8-0, my contract was up. And his dad is a sleazeball. So
yeah, I got you.
So he wouldn't re-sign with me, and they signed with De La Hoya.
Yeah,
and he started to say that De La Hoya didn't want me around.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's sad because there's a lot of doors you could open for them.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna get to see. I've been working with Jimmy Adams over at Country Box, and he got a nice roster of fighters, and his fighters they kind of taken to me. They like the way I can make them famous.
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that, brother. That's the way it should be. That's the way it should be.
Let's get into it. So I want to start from the beginning, when you started transitioning, in jail, when everything collapsed and you lost your empire. What was harder, losing the money or losing who you thought you were?
Well, I never lost who I thought I was. That always stayed there. I said one thing I said when I went to jail. I started feeling down. My first couple of weeks, you kind of go through like a little pity party. Dang, my life is over. I really messed up. But after that, it came to me, that I'm still Rick Ross, and no matter what situation I'm in, I still got to be Rick Ross, and that's what I took, and that's what started me to reading and to learn how to read, to get somebody to teach me how to read, and I
So
just
so
started
was there a moment in prison where you realized like you had to become somebody different, or you felt like you were the
yeah.
man who you're not changing anything about you?
Say that again. I didn't get it.
Like, was there a moment in prison where you realized you had to become a different man, or did you just like at that
Well,
point like, yo, this is who I am, you know?
not really be a different man. I had to change the way that I wanted to make money. I
Yeah,
mean, really, when I look back at my life, the mistake I made is I went to a drug dealer and I asked him how to make money, and he gave me what he had, which was some drugs. It would have been a big difference had I known John back then, and I would have went to him and asked him how to make some money, and he would have showed me boxing.
yeah. When you were at
Uh,
the top, did you feel in control, or did it start controlling you?
Say that again.
When you were at the top, did you feel in control, or did like having everything start controlling you?
Well, you feel like you in control. We always, we all got egos, and our egos lead us to believe that we're responsible for everything that happened in our life, or we want to feel like that. Uh, but later on, I found out that my drug supplier was working with the CIA, so
mm,
they probably had a nice
woo.
hand in making sure that things went the way they wanted it to go.
Yo,
Yeah.
that ties into my next question. Like, what's more dangerous, being broke with ambition or being powerful with ego?
Wow, that's a good one. Um, hmm.
Look at
I
Petty.
mean, I,
Nah, fuck with Freeway. I
I
watch
guess, I
Snowfall,
guess,
all
I
that. So I
guess,
was like, yo, man, I need to ask this
it,
guy some real ass questions. You know what I'm saying?
you gotta control your ego,
Yeah.
because having an ego, with power can get you in trouble.
So,
When I was doing my thing, what I realized is that sometimes I had the power to decide if somebody lived or died.
yeah,
I've been, we used to have basketball games at the park, and I'm standing there, and one of the guys that I know, he looks up to me. He has a gun to another guy's head. Now I could have easily just walked away instead of me walking over saying, "Man, put the gun down.
Yeah.
Let him live."
yeah,
So
Yeah.
when you over in the hood like that, and then where I grew up at is a gang, is a gang neighborhood, and gang members believe the way to win favor is with violence.
yeah. So, yo, did you ever confuse fear with respect?
I really didn't run with fear. I run my business with love.
Uh,
When you show love, you
yeah,
get love back. Life is like a boomerang, and whatever you put in it is what you're gonna get back out of it. So if you throw out fear, fear is gonna come back to you. So
so
no,
do you
uh,
felt like
uh,
the love came back to you when you were in prison though?
it comes back to me right now every day. I mean,
Yeah.
I did 20 years in prison. I've been out of prison
Mm.
for 16 years, and that love is still coming right now today.
Alhamdulillah.
So it transcends love. Prison walls can't stop love.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got a question for you, and I asked a lot of cats this because so when everything went down, you got busted. Were you mad because of a crime you did, or were you mad because you got busted?
I wasn't mad, John. I guess look, my guy who set me up. I guess I probably was mad at him from the beginning.
Yeah.
But as far as being mad, I was expecting to go to prison.
Mm. Really? Ooh.
Yeah. I always knew I should go to prison. Like, how can you do this and make all this money and not pay for it?
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
when I was selling drugs had become fun to me.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like it was a chore or nothing. It's like I almost lived to sell drugs. So selling drugs to me wasn't the job. The job was going to be when I went to prison and paid for all of the stuff that I done.
Mm. Okay. I got you. I understand.
So I wasn't mad. I couldn't cry. When I see guys in there, they crying. Oh man, they gave me 10 years.
Yeah, you already knew what you were getting into.
I knew what I was getting into, and I was perfectly willing to sacrifice myself for my family's well-being.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I got you.
I wouldn't do it again, though.
Yeah.
No, no, I understand that. I understand that. I'm,
So yo,
I
tell
go
us
ahead.
how did you get into boxing now?
Well,
Because
one
not
time we
many,
was
no, I don't think many people that like might follow you or like know you, know that you're into boxing, that you start managing fighters and this and that.
well when I went to prison, I was writing my autobiography, and I was going back over my life. How I started playing tennis, how I started selling drugs, when my mom brought me to California. I mean, just going over everything that I could because I wanted my book to be as factual as I could remember it. Because I wanted to give people an experience from my point of view that they couldn't get nowhere else. So I knew that the only way I could do that was try to be as factual as I could and have the best memory that I could. I even called some of my friends that was in certain situations with me, and I asked them what actually happened. And then sometimes I found out that my memory and their memory was a little different.
Mm.
But anyway, I went to a Sugar Ray Leonard and Marvin Hagler fight, and I didn't really like going to fights. My girlfriend, she started making me take her to the fights. and
Hey,
so and so I'm there, and this one morning before, I guess it might have been during the weigh-in, I guess, or the morning of the weigh-in. Well, me and a bunch of guys from LA, drug dealers, all of us were sitting at a big table at Caesar's Palace, and Don King comes in, and he comes over to this table and he shakes everybody's hand at the table.
yeah.
So I said, I'm sitting in prison and I'm thinking back to that day, and I was like, wow. I'm seeing how much money Don King is making. Mike Tyson makes $600 million,
Yo, did anyone at that table invest?
and we didn't know to invest. We was young. I think I might have been 24, 23 years old. You know, with no formal education. I ain't a high school dropout. I'm a school dropout.
Well, back then, investing went on your mind. Investing what you was investing at that time, or was on your mind because you were making a lot of money from it. So
That's right.
a
But
real
I was still
investment,
looking. I was young. I was still looking for a way out of the game. I
yeah.
was trying to buy my way out of the game. I gave a guy named Otis Smith $600,000 to do Anita Baker's record. So
Mm,
I was looking out. I own motels and apartment buildings and houses, but I couldn't find nothing that could make $1 million every day.
yeah. Yeah.
And I thought that I needed that kind of money to survive. We
Yeah.
we 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 play tricks on ourselves sometimes.
Yeah. I understand that.
And and that kept me in the game. But had I known that Don King was gonna have Mike Tyson and make $600 million, when I was sitting in prison, I said I should have gave him that $3 million I had and kept the 500,000 for myself and went to
Well,
work with Don King.
it's good that you didn't because if that money really came up missing, there'd have been problems because So it's best. God was looking out for you and said, "Nah, you ain't going that route because
What you say? I'd have did something to my hero, huh?
something like that because Don had ways of making that money come up missing and you know
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I definitely would have been on his
Don
head.
King, the shiesty one.
Don was what?
He's shiesty, man.
Well, here's the thing about that. I mean, let me just say this so that people understand. Don wasn't always as bad as they say. I'm not trying to defend him, but
I
you know,
fuck with Don King and I fuck with the shystiness. You gotta be grimy in this
no.
business.
Now here's the thing though. See, say you had a fight coming up. And so
Yeah,
you went to Don. You said, Don, let me hold 20,000 in my purse. He said, Don, I ain't no problem with that. Then you go to him again next week and say, let me hold 10 more thousand. Say by the day before your fight came up, you was making like $1 million, and you borrowed 300,000 from Don. Guess what Don gonna do to you? Before you step in the ring, when he cut your check, it's gonna be $300,000 less because you
yeah,
owe him that money, and he gonna get it back right away. See, a lot of fighters don't tell the public that a lot of times what Don did was you just would go get your purse and borrow from him. So
yeah.
before the fight ended,
A lot of
Don ain't giving you a dime.
people that manage fighters do that. Like even Al Heyman
But
does
that's
that.
only right though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what
You know,
I'm saying, but people see what I'm saying is though the fighters wouldn't tell the public the truth on that. They would say Don robbed me. No, he didn't rob me. He just took back what was his.
yeah, yeah.
and I believe that's only right. I
Yeah,
mean,
no, I'm not. I'm not. Yeah.
if you
Yeah,
go
no,
borrow something
John
from somebody,
perfect.
you should pay it back.
John
Yeah.
complained he wasn't getting his money though.
Huh?
Did he ever not give you your
Oh no,
money?
me and Don had no listen. Me and Don had no problem. We had no problem. I got a struggling table. We got to be in person. Me and Don had no problem.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
Well, I'm working with the guy I'm working with right now, Jimmy Adams. Jimmy Adams, he loved Don King. He thinks
Yeah.
Don
Yeah.
King is the greatest person that ever walked on the planet.
Oh yeah.
When okay, I
and
have
he
a
tells a
question.
different story. You know, he tells a story that he Don treated everybody totally fair.
Yeah, bro. Everybody paints a picture, like it is what it is. The media will paint a picture on you, and people will run with it.
Well, we know how they treat black men anyway in America. You know, they never gonna. I did a speaking engagement at the Voice and the View Friday, and one of the things that they talked about is that the mainstream media will always report on negative black stories, but they would never
Mm.
report on positive black stories. And
Mm.
and you know when they said that, when I got up and did my speech, I had to acknowledge that fact because when I went to prison in '96, um, I was on every news channel in the country.
Yeah.
Time Magazine, USA Today,
Yeah.
all of them painted the picture of me being this drug dealer who sold drugs all over the country to the Crips and the Bloods.
Straight up.
But now since I've been
Why they
out,
gave you the drugs? That's fucked up. I know.
yeah, but what I'm saying about the media though, they never they reported on that. But then now that I've been out, I spoke at Brown University, Sold Out Auditorium. I spoke at Stanford. I spoke at UCLA. Tuesday, I'm going to Yale University to speak. And not one person has contacted me and say, how do you feel about being totally illiterate till I'm 28 years old, and now I'm speaking at one of the most prestigious colleges in the country. I'm finna be talking to some of the smartest kids in the world. But
Yeah.
and I don't have a third grade education. So when you think about that, and that they don't never report those type of stories, it's sad.
Yeah.
Mm. So question for you. So when you first went to prison, how when you got there, how were you accepted? Were guys idolizing you, or people trying to test you? How was it for you when you went there?
Yeah, it was when you take care of
Yeah, they take care of you.
the streets gonna take care of you.
That's right.
So I had absolutely nothing to worry about for is somebody jumping on me, taking something from me.
Yeah.
I was probably more popular in prison than I was on the streets.
Mm.
Because most of the guys in prison had been in the same thing I was in.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
65% of the guys in prison was there for selling drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wanna ask you more about boxing. When you're looking at a young fighter, what do you what do you look for first? Talent or discipline?
Well, I think discipline is the most important thing because if you get a guy that's disciplined enough to come to the gym and listen to what a great coach like John would teach him, then he can become, if not the best, he can definitely become uh, um, more talented than he was. You get a guy and he has a talent, but he don't want to go to the gym. He don't want to do his running. I don't want to work with nobody like that.
Yeah.
Right.
What mistakes do you see young fighters making when it comes to business?
Well, one of the things that I noticed that most of the fighters right now make, and they should be taking a cue out of Jake Paul's playbook. Um, to me, boxing should be more about the business than about the actual fighting in the ring. I mean, yeah, you gotta be a great fighter, but if you really want to make some money, you got to learn how to be an influencer, somebody that people like, somebody that people want to follow, and people want to buy your stuff, buy your merchandise, and come see you.
Yeah. Well, that's easier. You know, what you're saying is right, but that's easier in today's world than when, like, when I was boxing, we didn't have Instagram and all these different things. So you could build up your social media following. But like you say, in today's world, that works really good. And I tell a lot of guys that. I say build up your followings and all that stuff because it works for. Listen, Jake Paul did it. I'm not mad at him. I mean, he did what he had to do, and because today's promoters aren't really doing like Don King did and Bob Arum did and Lou Duva from main events. They're not hustlers of boxing. These today's promoters are terrible. So I tell fighters, man, sometimes you got to build your own brand up, and it
Yeah,
makes
yo,
you.
you've built empires before, so what translate into building a fighter's career?
I can take a fighter that can fight fairly decent, and I can make him famous in about 2 years.
Okay, listen, I can fight and I'm very decent. Make me famous. I'm more than decent, fam.
Oh, you're gonna be pretty famous after this video drop. You got me and David Jackson on the same line, man. That thing gonna go crazy.
Do fighters today understand leverage and ownership, or do you think they're just chasing like big fights?
Well, most of them just chasing some money.
That's it. That's it.
You know, I tell them all the time, if you chase greatness, the money gonna come. And they're not looking for greatness; they looking for some money. They want a paycheck. And I think boxing is the wrong business to be in if you're looking just for a check, because only the top guys making money.
Yeah, facts. Yo, John, this is a question for both of you guys though.
All right.
It's harder to build a fighter mentally or physically?
I would think mentally, because if his mental state's not good and he doesn't believe in himself as a fighter, then to show him physically how to be a good fighter, it's not gonna work for him. What are
But
you gonna do?
what's harder to build? Like, could you build a fighter mentally easily, or could
No.
you build the fight?
I,
Yeah,
I think the mental is harder to build. I think that the
yeah.
mental is harder to build. I mean, I can show you all kind of tricks and do things and get you physically prepared. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm not like Kreskin. I'm not mentally. I can't do the things that need to be done for you mentally. I can help you out a little bit, but if you ain't got to check mentally and you believe in yourself, I can't help you.
Yeah, I agree with John on that. Like, you gotta have, it's crazy, the way this thing worked. But uh, even with black people right now in America, we don't really believe that we can. And if you don't believe that you can, you won't try. So you gotta have a little belief in yourself that you can do it. Um, Otherwise, you won't even give it your all. If you believe in something, you'll go all out for it.
Yo, for real, you talk about loyalty and stuff. So, what does loyalty mean in boxing business?
Well, it's according to what area you coming from. I would say if you got a coach, you got a great coach like John that's working with you, then your loyalty would be to listen to him and follow his instructions to the T, because he's done it so many times that
Facts. Yeah.
if it worked for those other guys, that it'll work for you. And I would be loyal to
Now,
to
what
his
happens when
words and to his instructions.
coaches? Yeah, I feel you. Stay loyal to that. But what now? What about when it comes to your managers and your promoters? Where does the line? Where does the line? You know, where's the line of loyalty there?
Well, I think you should be loyal to somebody that is loyal to you. One of the problems that I have with a lot of fighters is that I don't have the money that a lot of these rich managers have. But sometimes loyalty and hard work are outweighing money.
Mm-hmm. Now, as a promoter, are you building fighters for a quick return or long-term legacy.
Well, you're hoping that every relationship that you go into is a long-term relationship. Uh, but sometimes, relationships just don't work out for whatever reason. Personality clashes, or whatever. But I'm hoping that every guy that I touch would realize that they'll never get another friend like me,
Yeah, yeah. I understand that. I understand that. So,
because
yo,
I'm a loyal friend. Uh, when I went to trial, my partner, who is the guy that actually introduced me to cocaine, he was on my case. And, when I went in front of the jury, I lied for him in front of the jury to get him off because I knew that I was going to prison and
Mm.
I didn't want him to go to prison with me.
Yeah.
I said, he don't have to go to prison with me. I'm done. I'm going to prison. I'm going to prison for sure. He don't have to go. So if I can tell the jury that he didn't know what we was doing, I had no problem with doing that to get him off. And it just so happened the jury let him walk.
So you guys still cool today? Today?
that's
He
real. That's real.
died,
Oh,
John, and
sorry to
you
hear
know
that.
what? It was so sad that after I did that for him, I never heard from him again.
Yeah. All right.
So that kind of broke my heart,
Yeah.
that he didn't have the decency to send me a thank you card or a letter or nothing. He walked out the courtroom a free man, and then later on I even found out that the jury was mad at me because I didn't tell him that I was doing a drug deal.
Mm. Okay.
So
Yo,
it hurt me both ways. I got hurt both ways.
Yeah.
yo,
I
when
hear
you're
you.
when you're sitting down looking at a young fighter, what separates someone you'd invest in from someone who you wouldn't?
Well, the first thing I would do is look at their amateur background, and one of the things that I did when I went into boxing is that I wanted to set up alliances with the trainers. I figured that the trainers would be the first people to see a great boxer, and they would know that he's great before anybody else recognize it.
Yeah, that's a
So,
fact.
so let me say this. Let me ask you a question.
That's a
So
fact.
what? So when you got into boxing, because guys probably looked at you differently. Most guys probably looked at you, Mr. Moneybag. They probably thought you had a lot of money still high hidden somewhere. So
Yes,
was it a
yes,
problem for you to get the respect you deserve? Because most cats looked at you as just a money machine. Because
they
they
do.
didn't think that you went through a lot of hard crap to get, just to be who you are
No, you
today. And
right. You right. They want me to pay their rent and take care of their girlfriend and get them a car and.
yeah, yeah. See, that's the problem. See, most guys looked at you as Mr. Moneybags. They didn't realize, brother, it cost me a lot to get my freedom.
But John,
You know?
I tell, I believe in transparency
Yeah.
and honesty because when you start with that, you got a chance of ending up with that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right.
but if you start off lying and telling them that they're gonna, and that's why I started with guys that nobody wanted. I get the leftovers.
Yeah.
I get the guys at the Bob Aaron and Eddie Hearns and
Mm.
Al Heyman and Oscar De La Hoya. After they pick over the litter,
Yeah, yeah.
then
Then you get the
then you get
rest.
then you get the rest. So
Yes.
but also I had the privilege of working with Big Floyd Senior and Rob Garcia and I listen to you guys, man. You might not even know how much I listen to you guys, but you guys have really put me on the right track. And what they told me is that sometimes the guy that win the Olympics ain't the best guy
You ain't the best guy. You ain't the best
Nah,
guy.
for the
Like
pros.
like
So
my class of '84. A lot of
yeah,
cats that we didn't make the team. We all won. We all won world titles. See, the best that get to the Olympics, you aren't the best. They become best as far as pro boxing, become good pros. Like I said, like you see that young man right there with the black hat on. He can fight his ass. So he be a good boxer, man. People just don't know him right now.
right.
Paige can box. The people just don't know him. That he can't get the following
Yeah.
that.
Well, I need to know you, Gage.
yeah. No, Paige, yo, man. Well, you'll get
I
to
didn't
know
hear
me
you.
real soon, man. We'll get to
But
know me.
yeah, yeah, good dude. He can box. Right now, he's not known as well as others are, but he can fight. He can
I'm
box.
finna be on this bumper coming from you.
Okay,
You ain't
yeah.
gotta say it twice. I need your phone number. We need to get in touch.
I'm telling John's my coach, man. You can
Which one
contact
is he muted? He must be muted.
me. Can you not hear me?
John, he must be muted.
No, you must can't hear him. I can hear him.
Yo, can
Okay,
you hear me
okay.
now?
Yeah, I can't hear him.
Can you hear him now? Say something, Paige.
Yo, can you hear me? Oh, he must not be able to hear me.
Yeah, he ain't got you. He went off. Rick, you still with us? Rick.
No, he just fell off.
Okay, so when you go to Japan, are you looking to get some pro fights? How many pro fights you looking to get over there?
In Japan?
Yeah, well, over in Asia. When you go over,
Bro,
you're going to go.
in Japan, I'm trying to freaking, I want to build something there. And Thailand and Philippines, I'm just gonna go fight there like a bunch of times just to knock niggas out and build my record. But in Japan, I actually want to find some. I want to find some like real
Can you get me
promoters
back
and.
in?
Well, you know what
That's John David Jackson on the
they got
phone.
Honda
That's
Promotions.
Travis's coach.
They got some good promotional companies over there that
That's what I mean.
get all world champ. They back all world champions.
Yeah. I'm trying to get enough fights in Asia so then when I
Yeah,
beat Japan they'll give me someone good to fight, you know?
yeah,
And then when I beat this guy
I
they'll be like,
got
oh,
you
fuck,
back. You back.
you know what I mean?
Huh? What you
yeah.
say?
So yeah,
Would you say that again?
that's
Telling John I'm going to Asia and to fuck some um fuck fuck Asians up, you know, and Philippines and Thailand and then when I go to Japan I want to connect with like some real promoters out there to get some real fights because I fight at a flyweight, like 110 pounds. So the guys I fight are real small, fam. There's not many out here. There's that Bam
Yeah.
Bam kid in the States, but yo, they never let me fight Bam Bam, fam. I would fuck.
I can get you a fight with Bam Bam.
Get me that fight with Bam Bam, you're $1 million man. Just know that. I'm
I
telling
can
you
get
right
you
now,
that.
they would never let me fight Bam.
I guarantee you. Hey, I got Kid Austin that fight with Shaquille Stevenson. I think he was only like 15-0.
Okay, well,
When
tell him,
when
yo, ask him what I need to do to fight Bam Bam, and then, yo, let me know, and I'll get it done. And then you make it happen.
what's your record? What's your record?
I'm 8-1.
You probably need
I gotta get
about
like
50.
14-0, and then maybe you could get me that fight with Bam Bam.
Yeah, you need about 5 more fights.
Yeah. That's why I'm gonna go to
Good.
Asia and then do my thing in Asia, and I'm gonna come back to America, try to get this fight with Bam Bam.
Get my number. Get my number. Let's talk.
Alright.
yeah. So
I'm interested.
Rick, so now that you've been in boxing game for a while, is it are the times when you say, man,
Yeah,
these cats
but
are they're difficult? You know, have you ever ran the
this
guys like,
boxing is something else. But
yeah,
I'm gonna wind up. I'm gonna wind up being the top guy in this boxing. I can feel it.
yeah. Do you ever meet
I'm so
guys
close, you know.
have you ever met a bunch of guys that don't just sit
That
right with you when it
I'm
comes to
only
boxing?
one champ away from being able to dominate the sport.
Yeah. Trust me.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Paige?
Cause I do everything I do with a
They
passion
can
that
hear.
most people don't have. You know,
Yeah.
I
Yo,
can't
so
sleep at night.
do you have any fighters right now?
Right now, I have. I think I got 5 guys signed right now.
Oh yeah, what? Who the 5 guys? Like what weight class? Where they
I got
from?
one guy at 26. I got one guy at 40, I think. One at 47.
Where they all from?
One from New Jersey, one from Carolina, one from New York.
Where?
Where
Which
else?
which one's the up and coming one right now? They're all
Well,
up and coming, but the one that break through right now.
all these guys are up and comers. They had national champs. They national champs. Um, they're all right around 5-0.
Okay. So early in their career, they're all start early.
Yeah, but you know now really, if your skill level was there, I mean, you really could fight for a world title at 10-0 if you have the social background. You know where you can put people in the seats, because this game is about putting people in seats and putting people eyeballs on TV. If you
Yeah,
can do those two things, they don't care if you 3-0.
tries.
The-
They don't give a fuck now, man. But
So
that
you know, my goal is to get guys that can start putting butts in seats and putting eyeballs on TV. I also started my own streaming channel, so I plan on going up against the Zone for the streaming network.
while you streaming boxing.
Yeah, I stream boxing. I do movies. I do a podcast, um,
Um,
comedy shows.
yeah. So yo, your fighters that are coming up right now. What's who's the one coming up fighting next?
Um,
And
a
how do you
kid named
wait
Ernest.
before that? How do you manage 5 fighters? Like, how is that? How is managing 5 fighters, bro?
Well, you know, the most part is getting them fights. You know,
Yeah,
getting them fights.
get them fight.
Trying to get them with good trainers. You know,
Okay.
just giving them good advice.
So the fighters that you
Uh,
have now, dude, are most of them with the original trainers, or did you find new trainers for them?
now most of them with their dads.
Nice.
You know that's a battle too. You know, when you got a somebody that the dad is living through them.
Yeah,
I
fact.
really like the guys that the dad's
No,
not around.
my dad's like the same thing, but yo, me, I'm different. I don't like that shit. Like, I decide for myself now, you know?
Yeah, I got a kid right now. He would be doing so well right now, but his dad, you know, his dad is not smart.
Yeah.
You know,
I,
uneducated like myself, and I don't down anybody because they didn't go to school and can't read. You know, because I couldn't read till I was 28 years old. But when you start to try to make business decisions for somebody, you have to have some type of business skills. You know, and some of these kids got people who are making decisions for them who never bought a new car,
yeah. Yeah, straight up.
no less a house or did a major contract.
That's
So
facts.
when you're
So yo,
dealing with those type of,
what kind of contracts do you sign with your fighters? Like, do you
I'm an
2 week
advisor.
advisor?
Yeah,
Okay. And yo, where'd you
yeah.
meet? Where do you find your fighters? Like, how did you find? Like, you found 5 fighters. So how'd you
I,
find?
I go to the nationals.
Oh, national tournaments.
Yeah.
Uh,
But now fighters call me. You know, different coaches call me. Hey, I got this kid. Da 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 da. But now since I've been working with Country Box, like I said, I think he has 18 fighters, from heavyweight all the way down, and he wants me to manage all of his fighters.
Oh, damn. So you just
So
connect.
there's one kid right now, Armis. He's from Cuba. He's
Yeah.
11-0. He also would have been the MVP for that league. What is it called? TLC league.
Oh yeah, TLC league. Yeah.
Yeah, he would have been the MVP for the whole league had he not jumped in the ring during the fight and got suspended.
Oh shit. How?
So my goal, and he just got ranked number one on one of the belts. So my goal is to have him get a world title
But how do these Cubans leave Cuba? Doesn't he have to leave Cuba though?
on a raft.
On a raft. Holy man, that's a mission, yo. Have
No,
you been in them?
this kid is a warrior. He called
Yeah.
himself Kid Warrior.
Oh, I think I know him.
The
Yeah.
kid is a star. I'm
Yeah.
gonna make him so big and so famous.
Yo,
He gonna
what
make
weight
so
class?
much money, huh?
What weight class is he fighting at?
47.
Is he still in Cuba?
No, he's in America.
Wait, Miami?
No, he's in Nashville, Tennessee. He'll be fighting this March. I think March the 3rd. We do fights every first Tuesday of the month
Oh,
in Nashville.
you got fight cards in Nashville?
Yep, it's called Country Box. You can look it up.
Pro fights?
Pro fights. This
Okay.
month, March, we're gonna have 15 fights on the card. And then
Alright.
we also stream it on my channel. Little Rock IPTV.
Okay, yo,
John, you back?
I need to
Yeah, I'm
get
back. I'm back.
I need to get your
Yeah, this
number,
a kid. This a
John.
kid I would like to get with John. I got a kid that's 11-0 from Cuba.
Mm.
He would have been MVP for the TLC league had he not jumped in the ring. They had a fight. His team had a fight, and he jumped on the canvas, and they suspended him for 6 months.
Oh yeah.
Yep,
Mm.
yep.
Well,
He
listen,
jumped on.
I took out the same number. We can get together. You know, we can do something.
All right, I'm gonna call you. This is one of them kids. He's one of them special kids.
Okay.
He get his boxing skills down. It's a wrap.
Mm.
And you know that 47 loaded right now.
Oh yeah. That's a money. That's a money division right there. That's a money division. Most definitely. Definitely.
Yep,
Uh,
yep. So
so yo,
Hey,
John,
John.
who else you working with besides Carissa?
right now she's my main one because you know she require a lot of help
A lot of
sometimes.
attention.
Yeah. Well, you know but I'm gonna tell you what's different about Carissa. She when I ask her to do something, whatever I ask her to do, she does. She never questions it. She never say I can't do it. Whatever I ask her to do, she does. You know. And I tell her if it doesn't work for you, throw it away. But just try to do what I show you. You know, because my thing is I don't try to teach guys how to fight from scratch. I look at what you do and we work off of that. Cause like Paige can box. If I see something small he needs to work on or his opponent does, that's when I talk to him. But as far as boxing, I let him do his own thing. You know, he's a hell of a fighter. So for me, I don't try to tell you I'm gonna teach you how to fight. No, but when you come to me, you should know how to fight already. My job is to make you
Right.
a better fighter than you are at the time I meet you.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's what a great fighter, a great coach does anyway. And you told me that when every fighter that I ever try to bring you, you told me that about him that you wasn't going to change their style or anything
Nope.
like that. There.
Nope.
So you just
Yeah.
reiterating what you told me before
Yeah.
over the phone.
Yeah. I would never do that, man. Why? If you're good, why change your style? So,
I agree. And that's the same way I teach tennis. You know, you gotta let them create their own style.
so how long you been you doing the tennis for? How long you been doing that for now?
Ooh, man, since I was like 12 years old.
So that was the passion when you were a kid.
Oh yeah, I thought that was gonna be my way out the ghetto.
Oh, you want to be the next Arthur Ashe?
Yes, sir.
There you
Until I saw Superfly. Hey, until I saw Superfly.
there you go. Well, okay, I got you on that
Hey,
one. I heard
I say Superfly might be doing a little better than Arthur.
you. Yeah. But they didn't show when Superfly went to jail, so that hurts you right there. So they didn't show you the flip
Man,
side of the flip.
they left that port out the game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Come on, coach. You gotta give it the whole thing, coach.
Yeah, that might make you think twice. You know what? I don't want to go down that road. But you know, listen.
Man,
You know, everything
man.
happens in life for a reason. Whatever you did,
Hey,
whatever
they
your
didn't tell
past
me
was.
what they didn't tell me what it was gonna be like for 20 years in jail.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, and God bless you for that. When you made it through that, man. Listen, that takes a hell of a person to make it through and come back and, it's, you know, at least you still got the compassion to want to be something and you know something more of your life, and that's good, man. Because you're showing these young kids, man, they can still do it despite you know, if you didn't have that good of education growing up, look at you now, but you're still doing things and making strides for yourself, and that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I speak at Yale University this Tuesday.
Yeah, that's what you were saying. That's what you were saying.
Yeah.
They gonna mess with you, man. They're gonna try to see what you know, bro.
Well, I'm gonna give it to them. You know, it's Black History Month, so they said it's
Oh
a
yeah.
sold out auditorium with black kids,
Oh,
and
oh
and,
really?
and I'm
Okay.
excited. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. That's good, man.
And they're gonna
I,
give me
listen,
the black men gonna give me a tour of the school, and you know, and I'm gonna try to get them to come in and help me. You know, because
yeah.
you know I'm still missing a lot of areas, you know, that I could use help in. So
Well, you know, listen, that's a beautiful thing, man. Because you know, to come where you
can you
came
hear me?
from, and to be doing what you're doing today,
Hello,
that should be inspiring. Can you hear us? Can you hear me?
John?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
No, it died.
He died on
No,
it. He
it did
died
not.
on it.
It ain't got
Hi,
me.
yo,
There it goes.
Probably time for him to go anyway.
45 minutes.
Has it been 45 minutes already?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you.
Can't hear me.
Yo,
You
dog,
gone?
wait, let him leave. Salute him, so he leaves.
Yeah.
Cause that's
Rick,
rapper.
we out. We're gonna let you do your
All
thing.
right, John. Hey,
All
John, I'm
right.
gonna give you a call.
Yeah, yeah. You got my number,
All
right?
right, thank y'all.
You still got my number, right?
For having you on the show, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks. It's a pleasure, Rick. We'll talk soon. Thank you. All right, Paige, brother. I will see
I'll
you
wrap it
soon.
up. I'll see you next
Later
week.
on. All right, brother. Later on.
In a world of endless noise, one sound cuts through. GC Radio Hub. Your world, your sound. Imagine your favorite voices following you everywhere. From your smartphone to your car, your smart TV, even your virtual assistant. GC Radio Hub connects you to a universe of content. Check out our wonderful interviews on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and iHeartRadio, live music shows and podcasts. All at your fingertips. Android TV, Apple TV, Roku, Fire Stick TV. We're there wherever you are, because the only way to stay connected is to get connected. Download the GC Radio Hub app today and let your world come alive.